Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Anna, and today we're playing with the original Naked palette, which is back from Urban Decay. We are creating a very smoky look with this palette today because I wanted to get into those cooler tones here on the end and do something that feels very, like 2012 to me and how I would done my makeup back then, and just kind of a little bit more nostalgia. Look, I'm wearing a shirt that I had in 2012 and proudly wearing it. Does it fit the same? Not quite, but almost. I'm getting back into it. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to do an eye look that would have been something I would have definitely have done at that time when this palette was at its peak popularity. And here we are. So yeah, if you want to hang out with me today, create a smoky eye, and just plan some makeup, go ahead and keep on watching. Before you do, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know down below any more looks you want to see with the OG Naked palette, because girl, I want to do some more looks with it. I'm having fun getting to get my little paws into this palette that I missed out on the first time 15 years ago. So here we are. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and just get into the makeup look. Hey guys, okay, so today I thought we could do something else with the original Naked palette here, the re-release that is limited edition, and do something with these really cool tones in here, like Creep and Gunmetal right here on the end. Those are what I want the star of the show to be today. So let's dive in with that. I'm going to start things out with a little bit of the 24/7 Glide On eye pencil in 0 from Urban Decay as well, and we're going to use this to kind of map out a smoky little wing for a minute. Oh, I gotta prime my eyes first. Primer potion. They sent me some primer potion, so we're going to use that. Would help if the eyes were primed. I used this yesterday, and holy long wear Batman. No creasing. Much impressed. It's been years since I've used primer potion. Dang. Dang. I went to the gym and I was doing upper body day, but I was like squinching my eyes shut and doing all this stuff because I was doing some really heavy rows and chest press and, you know, heavy stuff. Went up in weight and all my stuff. And I was, you know, my makeup looked perfect when I left, that I didn't even bother going home. I live right next to the gym, like literally around the block. Didn't even bother going home and freshening up. Went straight to dinner because everything looked intact and I was impressed. I was like, whoa. My foundation was perfect also, which was the Face Bond from Urban Decay. But yeah, my eyeshadow, I had 0 creasing. It was just perfection. I was amazed. Usually I get just a little bit of creasing. Nothing. None. Alright, let's go with the eyeliner here. I'm starting that right out here. And perfect that. Kind of smoke it out a bit. Now I'm going to use the little brush provided with the palettes, and we're going to go into the shade Buck first. That is a kind of a cooler taupe shade right here. And we're going to take that into the socket line on the fluffy side. Just more pigment than I anticipated. Nice. And I'm just going to blend that out. And so far on my skin, I do have some Lumi Glotion on in my brows. That really does create a very nice contour of the shade. I'm going to take a little bit of Virgin, which is the lightest satin cream. Pop a little bit of that under the brow here. Now I'm going to go to the more like smudgy side of the brush. Make sure it's clean. And we're going to take some of Gunmetal, which is this one right here. And it is a gunmetal gray with a little bit of a silver sparkle within. So I'm going to pick up some of that. And I'm starting to press that onto the lid here. So we're going for the drama today, girl. We're doing our smoky eye. And then I'm going to flip it over, brush, and buff those edges. And let it flow into Buck. And what I'm going to do is balance this look out with like just a neutral blush. Not going to lean too into the cool tones or anything on the rest of the face. So we're not going to be washed out. It's going to be very balanced. Sometimes when you go in with like a gunmetal color or a gray like this with a kind of a bluer undertone, it can really wash you out depending what you pair with it. So we're going to keep it very neutral everywhere else. That is almost the color of my eyes. Weird. Again, a little bit of blending around those edges. Just let everything flow together. Don't be afraid to go above the crease with your lid color. That's totally fine. Let it come up and diffuse into that transition. Now I'm going to go to the shade Creep, which is a black with, I believe it's described, black with silver glitter, and it is a satin finish. So we're going to take a little bit of that on the same brush. Very functional brush with this palette. I love it. And we're going to pat that right out here. And into the lashes a bit. Just do some blending between those two shades. Back to the fluffy side, no additional product. Just make sure our edges are still diffused. Alrighty, right. Now I'm going to take some of Sin, which is this really pretty, how is Sin described? Champagne with a shimmer finish right here. We're going to put some down the inner corner, clean that little brush off, and just pop that right there. I'm going to take a little bit more gunmetal. I'm just going to merge between those two. And grab just a little more Buck on the fluffy. Just buff right here, just to make sure everything is looking nice and cohesive and blendy. I'm going to go back to my eyeliner. Just reinforce that a little bit right here and into the tight line. Okay, and I'm going to clean up a little bit of fallout I have here with a Q-tip and some of my face primer. Today we were using the Marshmallow primer from NYX to try and kind of use that up. It is on its last legs, I do believe. So I'm just going to take a little bit on this Q-tip here and gently wipe along right under here and just tidy that up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do my foundation off camera, but this is where we are. Got everything kind of cleaned up, and I'm going to do my foundation, which is going to be the Urban Decay Face Bond, and we'll do some concealer. I think we'll go with a combo of the NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer and the NYX Pro Fix Stick for that. And yeah, I'll be back after that's done for some finishing touches. BRB, we are back. I just got foundation done, concealer done, and set my under eyes, and done a little bit of cream bronzer, which is the Milani cream bronzer in Hey Honey. And the powder on the under eyes is the Fit Me powder from Maybelline. Now, let's do lower lash line. I'm going to take my black eyeliner again, and we're just going to do a little bit of that right here. And join that up to the outer corner of the upper lid. A little liner brush. I'm just going to very delicately soften that. And with my little liner brush, I am going to take some Creep, which is our darkest shade, the black satin, and I'm just going Pat that right there. I'm also putting a little bit of that on the upper lash line where we put the liner. All right, I'm gonna clean that off. Same little brush. We'll take a little bit of gunmetal. Just gonna run a little bit of that under here. And then a bit of sin. Okay, and I'm gonna go to my little packer brush here that came with the palette. I'm gonna take some of Buck kind of on one side of it like this and have that side facing up. And I'm gonna come right under here and just soften that up a little bit and blend it. Keeps it from being quite so harsh looking. And then the tight line, I'm going to put some of Crystal Quartz from NYX. Or waterline rather. Alright, then we go back to my little liner brush again. Do just a little more creep right back here. Okay, let's move on to some finishing touches on the rest of the face. Let's do some liquid blush. I'm going to do this Wet n Wild one in Rosy Romance. It's a very neutral kind of shade, and I think it'll tie in nicely because it doesn't lean too warm, doesn't lean too cool. It's just very in the middle. A nice middle ground. So I'm going to take that on a little brush here. Really work that into the skin. And I'm going to take a little bit of my Kosas Cloud Set Powder. Just kind of dust that over the face for a light little set. Everywhere else. And you know, I'm going to go over to my Nudegasm palette. Just been into it lately. And we'll grab a little bit of the bronze shades from here. Just a combo of these two. And then I'm going to highlight with this. So yeah. Let's do that. Just want to reinforce that some warmth on the skin. With a very cool eye like this, I do like to kind of warm things up a little bit, but keep like the color cosmetics on the rest of the face more neutral, like the blush and lip, but I do want like a little bit of bronze going on. I also really like to go like overtly like warm with the blush and everything else and pair it with the cool eye. It's a really nice kind of contrast that can look really, really, really pretty. Like going in with like a peach blush and a peachy lip with this eye can look really pretty. Or going completely cool tone with it also is an option, of course. But I'm thinking of how not to look so washed out because being as fair as I am, I can look kind of a little too pale at times. A little additional sculpt in here. I'm taking a little bit more of that right here on the outer part of the eye, temple. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of highlighting right here with a little bit of champagne highlight. And I think I'm gonna take a little bit of Soft Sable from CoverGirl. Let's pop a little bit of that on. For a little bit more oomph on the cheeks. Do a little mascara with the Maybelline Firework because the lashes a curl. I don't love the waterline, so I'm kind of toning it down a little bit with some eyeshadow. Trying to anyway. Just kind of softening it up a little bit. It was just looking a little too stark, I think, for my tastes. Cool. Now, let's do some lips. Like I said, I want to keep the lips very kind of chill and neutral, kind of in between, slightly rosy. I'm thinking Touch of Spice from Maybelline. This is one of the Color Sensational mattes. And Touch of Spice is kind of a pinky Your Lips But Better-ish type of color. It's a Your Lips But Better color for me, for my lips. And I'm gonna line them with Revlon Color Stay Lip Liner in Nude. Kind of stay in this Your Lips But Better kind of place. I don't know why they call this one Touch of Spice. It's not spicy at all, color-wise. Like, to me, this is just a really nice rosy shade. I don't know where they get that from. And it's a little kiss of the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in Moon. Just a nice, fun look with the original Naked palette, getting into those super smoky shades. And yeah, it's just a fun look to create. I love a good smoky eye. And this is just kind of a classic smoky eye right here. This was definitely a look I would have worn the heck out of probably in 2014, 2013 era, 2012. This was like the go-to look for me back then. A really like gray smoky eye. I was all about that. Yeah, I would have definitely been doing that if I had this palette at that time. It's what I would have been putting all over my eyeballs. So that's why I was like real big into Naked 2 when it came out, girl. Love it. You know, realistically, back then, the lip I would have worn would have been a dark burgundy, cool tone, super gothy, Nancy from The Craft type of lip. That would have been hands down what I would have put on. But look at me. I'm growing and maturing and being a little more chill and wearing a Your Lips But Better lip. Anyways, let me know your thoughts down below. And if you want to see some more looks with the original Naked palette, let me know that in the comments, because I'm having fun revisiting this palette, or well, visiting for me for the first time, honestly. And I'm having fun with the palette. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.